Hi guys, this is Dominic here at the Fitter Ireland Project. I'm here with Jason and Joe here again, and in this video what we're going to cover is 3 books or blogs that each of us has found a huge benefit from in our time as trainers on 3 different areas. So one is in work, so our work is training clients, so that's either nutrition or exercise related. 2 would be in personal development side of things, and then the third one would be in business. So we'll start with you, Jason.
Yeah, I think in terms of work, like inside of training people, Strength Coach would be a great resource because obviously there's a lot of articles and different sort of discussions.
StrengthCoach.com.
Yeah, StrengthCoach.com.
Okay.
So that'd be Mike Boyle's website. And obviously you can go on in terms of reform, ask questions and things like that, you know, and then people, other strength coaches from all around the world are going to get back and answer them sort of then and there. Now, one thing I will say, nearly all the information on Strength Coach you can probably get from other places in terms of the articles and things like that. But the actual interaction then, obviously, it's just bringing a lot of coaches together. And I think, what is it, about €10 a month? Or
Yeah, it's
about €10 per month.
90 a year, or there is an annual
annual
subscription.
so you do an annual subscription that will take the price down. So
And like resources like that are excellent because it's live. It's what trainers are doing right now in the industry. As opposed to if you wait sometimes until things come out in a book format, we've probably been doing that for quite a while. If it gets back out in a book, so that's work-wise.
In terms of work, then in terms of I suppose personal development, it's a book that I'm actually just reading at the moment. Now I know it's an old book.
So it was the AA, wasn't it?
Sorry.
The Alcoholics Anonymous.
That one.
That
It's a little pink book, isn't it?
It was Rudy's Roads.
So in terms of a book that I'm reading at the moment, I know it's an old one, but Napoleon's Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Brilliant.
You know, and I know a lot of people have spoke about it, and it's taken me a long time. I've had it probably sitting on the shelf for a year or 2 years. So you buy these books and then you never actually get to read the book. I've actually listened to an audiobook now at the minute, and I suppose it goes to show that it is about how you sort of frame things in your mind. You know, if you have a positive thought, good things are going to happen, whether it's in training or just life in general, you know. So that's one. And then I think in terms of...
Just one small point in that, Jason had mentioned there, audio. So what I'd recommend for a lot of people is get an account with Audible.com. You pay a certain number of dollars per month, let's say, I think it's about 10 or 12, and then you can download a book a month. So if you did even that for a year, you got 12 audio books, and you've only paid a very small amount for it, as opposed to if you had to download it from fresh, each audiobook's going to cost you an awful lot more. So.
Just on that as well, make sure it's audible.co.uk, because I made a mistake of signing up to audible.com. And my account was with Amazon.co.uk, so be careful which one you sign up for.
Because normally if you have it with one of them, it'll hold everything on that one account.
Exactly. So if you say create an account with Audible.com, you pay your money for your subscription of 12 credits, say. If you go to push your credits on audible.co.uk, it won't actually let you. You've got to change. Or I went through the process myself. So.
And you can buy more credits on the account. So if you want more than one book, like they sometimes throw out an offer every so often where they'll say, you can buy extra credits for X number of months.
I got 12 books, 12 credits for €7.
70.
That's
very
It's a new deal they've got on now.
Yeah.
So $69.99 I think it was, 12 books.
So that's you can do that through again your Amazon account or go through audible.co.uk, and then that'll come up on your phone then as well. So you can have that when you're driving around in the car, and you can listen to classics like Think and Grow Rich.
And then in terms of then I suppose sales and that sort of end of the business, I think a great thing to listen to would be the Paul Moore podcast. And again, because it's a podcast, you can listen to it on the go. So,
and that's Paul Moort.
Yeah. And again, Paul would sort of interview different sort of people in terms of sales and internet marketing from all over the world. So you're getting the best in the business that is currently out there right at the minute, you know. And again, in terms of, I suppose, listening to things, you know, you can be listening to it in the car or listen to it while you're making your dinner, listen to it in the bath, whatever. Don't listen to it in the shower.
No, bad idea. Okay, you're up, John.
Yeah, well, I think the blog that I'm sort of going to most these days in terms of good quality information would be the Precision Nutrition blog.
That's John Berardi.
John Berardi at precisionnutrition.com.
There we go.
But they're throwing out some really, really good information, and obviously in terms of training.
And so do you have to pay for this, or
no? This is a free blog. They're throwing out free information, and it's absolute gold dust the stuff they're putting out. In particular, like they speak a lot about stress-related stuff, and obviously nutrition is a big part of it. But definitely in terms of training and nutritional approaches and stress in terms of how we deal with clients and our clients getting better information or more information, it's certainly a place that would send them at the moment.
And they do have a really good balanced view on nutrition, so it's not like it's like paleo or it's just protein or it's this or it's that, you know, high carb, low carb. You'll sort of look at everything from a scientific basis plus what does actually work in the real world, and then try and mash the two together. I think the big thing about it is about forming good habits more so than following any fad
or any dogma.
And they try to create as much of a simplistic approach to anything as you possibly can.
Which we'd be all a fan of here.
Definitely,
sure. And then personal development side of things?
So personal development would be Dan Kennedy's books, you know, the No BS stuff. I think all of them books are going to have really good, you know, for anybody who's starting a business or being an entrepreneur or wants to learn to get better use of the time, because you can have so much stuff going on and you're trying to partition your time in the best places, and again, you know, you're sort of learning to say no to some stuff and focus on some really good stuff that you want to do. It's trying to free up as much of your spare time as you possibly can and focus on the more important things.
And then on what we've got left there?
So the personal development, or was it business?
Yeah, business. You covered there with Dan Kennedy there, and then
so personal development would have been a book I literally just finished at the weekend, and it was a very, very short book. And it got recommended to me by quite a few people, but it really did change my perception. Even though I've heard this stuff before, it's good to be reminded.
God, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What is it?
It's called The Go-Giver.
Oh yes. Okay.
So
we spoke about this earlier.
Yeah. Again, you can get it on audible.co.uk. I think it's like €6 for the book, or you can obviously use one of your credits. But definitely it had a big impact in it was only 2 hours 23 minutes for the entire book, but it had a big impact in terms of the way
so it's The Go-Giver.
The Go-Giver,
And what's the basics of the premise of the book? So it's, if you give out more, you'll attract more in return.
Exactly. The premise of the book is you should always try and give people more value than they could ever give you in payment. You know, so you're giving everybody the best sort of service you possibly can.
Under promise and over deliver.
Exactly. But then as well, it also teaches you, don't be afraid to receive off people as well. I mean, it's a natural progression. It's people give, people receive. It's just the way that it's yin yang, the world goes. So you've got to get involved with receiving as well. But as long as you're giving out the best, you know, you'll get the best.
Okay. We're running out of time here, so I'm going to go through my three. So I think on the personal development side of things, I would probably go with another classic. So I'd probably go with Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's probably one of the first books I read way back in the day. I think it got recommended when I was reading like Muscle Media, like way back in the day, by Bill Phillips or something like that. And that kind of, it just helped me branch out into a number of different books that I read on the back of that. Like everybody from Tony Robbins to Zig Ziglar to Stephen Covey to Brian Tracy, Norman Vincent Peale, like all those kind of old classics. And then on the work side of things, probably my foundation was HeartGainer, heartgainer.com, and the HeartGainer little magazines I used to kind of get a subscription. I used to get these little magazines that come in the post every 3 months from Cyprus. And it was all golden stuff, you know, how to squat, how to deadlift, basic stuff. And then on the, what was the last one again? Business. Business definitely got to be Tom Peters. I keep saying it. His most recent book is a book called The Little Big Things. I find his stuff fantastic. And the first page of his book is about toilets and flowers. So when you go into business, if the toilets say so much about how you're running your business, or if it looks like crap, then I don't know how these people run their business. And that, you know, the importance he places on.
We've got candles in ours, by the way.
Candles. So
I'm actually going to get a Yankee candle now.
There we go. So there would probably be my top three. So we're going to end it there, guys. So thanks for your time, and I hope you took some notes. You can replay this and kind of take notes again, or stick it up in the comments when we post these things up. Okay, thanks for your time.
Thank you.